There. I'm just not gonna click the whole time, is it? Okay. Um, I was um noticing cosmic chaos that is about to kind of unleash, and it's something that we haven't seen in, you know, um, really ever. Right now, the moon, tomorrow, the full moon will be in Scorpio, and it's, I believe it's square with Saturn right now, which is the cosmic taskmaster. So there's some, um, Scorpio rules, um, Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio, which is a sign of death in the 8th house, but it can also mean like you know, um, a death of your old ways of, you know, conditioning. And, it's the coolest thing about, you know, having faith in God and knowing that He has control of the stars. And it's a very um, enlightening art to know what to expect. And I don't I don't wish to frighten anybody, but it's kind of been a long time coming. And for example, if Shirley hit a time where global confusion is about to start really bringing its, as it not like it hasn't already. Um, I mean, I have been tattered and had one hell of a weekend. And for example, I decided to stop doing anything. I'm using this. I don't resonate well with the energies of Scorpio, but I'm using this as a death to any kind of codependency, any kind of, you know, drug abuse or anything. It's not what my purpose on earth is. And I I think we all have a wonderful purpose, and I hope that we can all just learn to unite. And that's where we get a helper. We got Venus and Uranus squaring as well tomorrow. Well, the full moon in Scorpio is tomorrow, but right now Saturn and Pluto are together, so they're kind of thing. Scorpio energy, Capricorn energy. And this is really cool because this is my first little live, whatever it was called, live, whatever. So, please, excuse me for my ums and my, quite, prepared. And I decided to do that because there's this gift that God gave me, and I've got this precognition. I did know, I look at my Google Sky Map. You can check that out. It's app on your phone, and you can see the current position of planets are, and so forth. And I didn't even. It's kind of funny because you think that I would be like, I better be a little more informed before I make this video, but I know the nature. It's like God kind of has this program inside me. For example, if you are holding on to the past hurts, anything of the old system, always keep in mind, Venus and Uranus coming close together. That's my power energy. My Libra sun, Libra moon, Aquarius rising, rock on. And as we're fading out, the Chiron. Chiron is something I was thinking of bathtub. And I just blurted out of my mouth. Chiron wounded healer. And I think it's so very funny. God's kind of, planted a seed of good word in my heart. Kind of already etched upon my heart. Not that I don't read it, to enlighten me all the time. But as one of these one, by no means is this God wants to limit ourselves to knowledge. Some people think that astrology or astronomy is witchcraft and evil, not the devil. Not at all. If you give reverence to God, or the closest perspective that you can just look at and know that it's coming soon. And you'll come from up there. And I know for a lot of people have metaphysical or spiritual experiences, but I do, and I hope to maybe do another on one of these, and hopefully have a lot more to that I have studied and I have had personal experiences with. But I just wanted to tell everyone to get ready, so to speak. But the Chiron wounded healer, I already knew kind of what it was, but I looked it up. What I'm really like, what's the answer that I'm not finished with my individual child, adult now mentality. I feel as if I wasn't as a little girl that this isn't my home. I'm very much not of this world, and I, air sign told me this together, and this was actually born in the fall, and on the same day, history one, as was Adam and Eve. So, I've got to get me a really cool friendship that I cannot get from people, because the tragedy of the person who came to Earth. God, you can look at my birth pictures and see the trauma. Like, oh, gravity, what is this? And yeah, there's some remembrance of having home life somewhere else, not Earth. I think the whole it's really just my energy. I'm flesh and bone, and I get tired of it. I say angel, human angel, incarnate angel, living a human experience, which is not really fun. And the thing about most humans is they cannot comprehend the simplest thing. I mean, I enjoy knowledge. I totally would not be able to get by in this world without my books and without my, just my little mind. That's all I think. And like I said, I have these things. I never claim to know something that I don't, but I, more often than not, the word will pop up in my head. What's that mean? I think it means this. I'll give you what. 95% of the time I'm right. So, but yeah, sorry I'm not more prepared. But, let me hit the religious music first. I don't know, a lot of you out there may, just completely, I pray, and I don't want to make you feel bad, like, oh, you're going to pray for me, I'll put my life together. And I promise you don't. Jesus, I made that mistake in my teenage years, and God came back at 28 because I said, it was tragic that I participated in all the earthly behaviors that were very limiting and very, very drastic for an indigo seed-like child, star seed, whatever you can call it. My son is 6, and he lived in the crystal generation, which they love to call him autistic, and they love to call me ADHD, whatever, bipolar, I think. I do have episodes of mania, but I think I got that from stupid amphetamine drugs. They're terrible. It's just an example of getting rid of the old weird, absolutely exiting the most dark age. And I know you're thinking, oh, we're accustomed to it. You don't know what's going to. If you trust in God, and He says, you come unto me as child. Sometimes crowds and his disciples try to get the kids like away from him. Oh my God. The cool thing about trying to balance your energies as a Libra and my kids. And it's just wonderful because I do have an ultimate connection with God, and I don't want to dumb my process down that way. Dumb, His word down. I'm ready to come out into the world, and I knew this was coming. I knew it was on its way. So yeah, I'm not gonna stick to the worries or activity because I know I have purpose. And if anybody out there who feels like they, they're better the generation to come and help the ones who cannot comprehend that the old ways of governments, institutions, authority, it didn't work. They was unbalanced. I mean, all wars and hatred. And the coolest thing about this energy, and I'll introduce you with this the game speaks of when that time when you see the king, they refer to Saturn, Bible exact wording, but every time you see a man of lawlessness coming into the ring of the temple, and that would be, I think it already happened, like on the 22nd it might happen, but I was raised Catholic, I kind of, God led me to Jewish Messianic Church. I just love the primordial, how it was supposed to be. Man has done a lot of messed up stuff. And where people say, oh, but Jesus created the Catholic Church. Well, ever since ever since 1929, where the Vatican became its own country or something, and really called themselves kingship. That's in trouble, and I have the gift of I have a gift of a spiritual discernment, and I love to go to this Catholic bookstore over here by the doctrine, and today I'm ready to stop going to old systematic psychiatric doctors and whatever, but I'll tell you why in just a minute. But anyways, there, yeah, let me just get back to the Pisces and Chiron, the one to here. This, I don't believe, has ever come into our solar system quite in a way like as to, play. I mean, it's really easy if you let know what your sign is. learn what your planet, or your planet is, and then what the planets mean. I know I don't view them as gods, and I don't worship the stars. I think it's just a really cool art to kind of be able to know. And yeah, just like I was speaking about, intuition, um, the original, going back to the roots. And it's true, we are going back to, when Jesus said, God, I don't like that word God, I don't like it. I have power over the grave because that's what Scorpio stands for. And, I just lost a friend recently that, doesn't mean exactly yourself. I'm not sure what house we're in, but I know that unless all my planets are combined, between the 7th and 8th house, which is the house of the natural life experience, sex, transformation, and legacies. But I know that I might have waited around too long and fiddled, and so seem to just completely not have my sector over here, and just kind of ease and actually, I've done crazy. But in order for me to get my skill, and that I'm absolutely positively certain that I am learning from myself. So, going back to the Pope, church, just, I've never really liked the idea of, some old dude, treat him like he is Jesus, and I'm pretty certain that this one is not a God. And I don't like it when somebody says anything because one person. So a lot, they're trying to establish this new world order, the Illuminati. Man, if I feared mankind didn't have faith in the Lord, I know that I'm like one of the million people. I got a text message from an Illuminati. How, I don't know. They know I'm human. They know that I'm a freedom fighter. And, I'm not sure how. Just, yeah, I was watching it. But you know what? We got rulers. Because we got this down. We are we just gotta faith in God. And I am really freaked out. As the wound healer, is look at this natural aspect of Taurus, so I kind of accept that is coming into the temple that is around. I believe the Pope and not knowing had, just the Pope building in Israel, is, they say that they have control of it now. And we always know that Chiron is a common, he is temple, and he is, for the Jews that don't believe in him as a Messiah, this is one time to realize that, the Gentiles and the Jews, which I have had experience with, I'm an extrovert, so, definitely can talk about that later, in the back it's a time I think it's so exciting, it's so disgusting that the abomination of cancellation. I mean, you think about abomination to cause, and really, that nothing that I speak about is um, there's people within the support, they worship the God of this world. I mean, they think Lucifer is a person of light. And they're so foolish, you know. They don't know the way of Jesus. And Jesus was perfect. You know, he's perfect. Um, so, yeah, people that had, you know, Hollywood, like, selling their souls, however, maybe, um, I just come in the spirit and heart and receive my prayer. I speak my prayer. And thanks for my spirit. All gets there. So, you know, just get the ball rolling. That's comes out. But yeah, the abomination that causes a desolation is what we learn of lawlessness, which most likely will be just all the nations that, you know, have Satan, you know, are Satanists. Like, I mean, it sounds silly, it's like, Satan, but if there are men that control this world, or yes, control, they think they can wealth, they think they're full of power, they think that, you know, it's really God to get me, I'm rich, I'm high status, whatever, dude. If I do my awesome, I've already dealt with a whole lot of tragedy because I had a really difficult time, you know, being so out of this world and having to deal with earthly, you know, disgusting ways of, you know, the conditioning of the old is just got to go. And we are in a generation that is going to bring in the harbingers, as I say, of the new kingdom of heaven. And is ultimately out of the dark age of Pisces, the dead water, and entering the age of Aquarius, where unity and peace, oh my gosh, everybody you have nothing to lose. You know, please, I can't understand why anybody would, like the Satanists, I mean, they're really, you know, that's, I don't think there can be a really good bone in a person who can sit there, but that might be, um, I hear that they believe in God, I do God, and the Bible, and those things, and, you know, don't fear them at all. They're going to try to wipe out the population with grace and caves and stuff, just right. But, it's spoken about in 70 weeks, the beginning of the Daniel. And I knew this was coming soon. Like I said, I think they already had the meeting, or whatever they did, but they set up where, you know, the temple is no longer, you know, like in the hands of the, you know, the Jewish people, and I'm so bummed out because, you know, I don't know if the folks in, you know, whoever this wounded healer is, I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Chiron wounded healer is supposed to be a man of lawlessness that comes and maybe imagine, and I pretend in this lot of the world that he is Jesus. And I fear. I really fear for that moment, only because it's going to piss me off. I know God, and I know His heart, and I ask Him every day, come on down, Lord. Come on down. Can't wait to see you again, and I ask you again. And there's such an enlightenment, there's such a love, and there's such promise what you have to lose, even if you don't have spiritual understanding and that this is like gibberish to you. I'm finally starting to like myself, and finally starting to not let, um, I'm a very humble person, and I, I'm ready to, preach the good word in a way maybe that help people understand more. I kind of use things metaphorically speaking, a lot of things are paradoxes. I'm really familiar with the original divine God Digest that was created out of me and 360 days in a year, which is full circle. And mankind has changed course of time. They think you can do everything. You really don't have to worry about it. You accept Christ as your Savior and you know how please you about it. Man, I kind of like to do them and say certain people. Yes. And I was agnostic, I thought that God was just waiting for, the twins or whatever. Like, discuss what it was, but if it wasn't for him, there'd be no purpose for me here at all. And I love that, that Rosh Hashanah is prepared. Because they're trying to send when he was born. It was actually in fall, December at all. And so it's time we get a little bit of truth and authenticity of the Holy Spirit. And this is the time that the Comforter will come. And you might, first you have to accept that Christ suffering. It's amount of physical. And that was the simplest I promise you. If anybody knows any church of town, and understand that. And, and worship Pastor Christ, you're going to be understand the emotional and the psychological and spiritual, all of it. And knowing that he had to do this. Think about it. All the people before, 2,000 years ago, and all the people now, and all the messed up, nasty people. You took it on the rocks. It's perfect. I love Christ and gotta get off on it. This whole thing has stuck into this it's a mess, but I just wanted to let you know that the abomination that caused desolation has actually set foot. And so, Pluto, remember they said it was a planet that's wrong or something? It's been this nasty little, during when Christ lived and he died and descended into hell. What do you think about that for 3 days? Do you think he went to some underworld? I'll tell you a secret. I'm sure there's all kinds of levels of it, but the true hell is if you do not really sing special time. Again, I'm trying to do like some live broadcast on Google.
You're trying to do what?
Like a live broadcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe you can chime in. I think it's just gonna show. I hope maybe I can do it. But No, like I'm serious. Right now I'm trying to explain. I titled it like um, Saturn and Pluto are square today, um, which Pluto is a sign of Scorpio, sign of and then Saturn is a cosmic taskmaster, and they're going to be square today, while also Venus and Uranus are. um, it's just kind of showing, like, um, and it's so funny. Connie, I haven't even really like looked. I looked in my little books, but it's like I know when to expect this period. But anyhow, um, the Pope, uh, Daniel, that Daniel speaks of, as soon as the temple. Um, he was fine. It's my phone. This is him. But yeah, so we're about to get really grossed out, and um,
Okay, well, I'm not bothering you. I'm
no,
just,
no, no, you know what? Nice. Um,